Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So we're going to go ahead and knock out a video real quick talking about what should be coming to Dokkan very soon. Now, I think starting tonight, literally about under 12 hours, so like 11 and a half hours from now. So when it's 4 a.m. for me on the 27th, that I think is the first time we could potentially see the teaser for the next DOKKANFEST. Now, it's going to be very interesting what happens in this next time slot for both Global and JP. Now, this video is going to be basically talking about, like, this next time slot for Global and JP. Now, I just really quick wanted to point out, so here is the last 4 DOKKANFEST exclusives that have been in this time slot. Kefla, Part 2 LR was UI Sign Goku. Then it was Kid Gohan. The Part 2 LR was LR Goku and Piccolo from the Dead Zone movie. Then we had the Blue Goku and Blue Vegeta from Resurrection F. And Golden Frieza was the Part 2 LR. And then we had Turles. And then the, Spirit Bomb Kaioken Goku that beat Turles was the Part 2 LR for that time slot. So that's what brings us to this initial point. Is he right away? Yeah, here he is. So, this is a DOKKANFEST character, DOKKANFEST exclusive character, this Goku Black, who was on Global. He was a Global First, released several months ago, back in February. And along with him came many characters that were really, really strong. Strong EZAs like Kefla and, Vados was a super good sub EZA and stuff like that. And they felt really, like, the EZAs especially were like, oh my god, like, they're really strong. And, I mean, now we could see why after kind of, like, all the EZAs we've gotten since then. But I'm not entirely convinced that Goku Black is coming next for JP. If he is, I do think Dokkan might actually, like, they really are just buffoons. So this time slot right here has a Part 2 LR. As far as I could tell, this Goku Black, the main purpose of him was to help with the Global Sync. Because Global is behind a ton of releases. And depending upon what happens, potentially tomorrow or within the next couple of days, Global is going to be very far behind. And I am anticipating that the Global Sync is going to happen in August before Worldwide Download Celebration. My guesstimate, we'll call it, is that the very first synced, DOKKANFEST will be worldwide. The Worldwide Download Celebration DOKKANFEST sellers. That is my prediction for when the sync is actually going to take place. And I've said this many times, and, I say it, I do believe that not everything is going to be out for Global when the sync actually happens. So I think some of these DOKKANFEST characters, some of these characters could kind of be hanging in limbo. Now, the reason I think it's really stupid if Goku Black drops tonight again, or within the next couple days, is because he has a Part 2 LR. There is a time slot that's perfect for this guy, where he could show up and there's no Part 2 LR, and that would be at the end of July. So JP would have, say, a normal Dokkan, and I'm kind of moving with that assumption, I think. That we would get a normal DOKKANFEST tonight. I don't know, Slug, Golden Frieza, Final Form Frieza from Namek, Krillin. We got a few choices we could just examine towards the end of the video. I think that would pop up. We'll get a, I guess we'll get a Part 2 LR, which is going to be, another LR that's in limbo on Global. I still don't understand why they didn't drop the Ginyu Force same time on Global and JP. Didn't really make a ton of sense, but I mean, whatever. So I think that'll probably happen moving into TANABATA for JP. And then I think after TANABATA, JP will get this, and then that's going to move into the Worldwide Download Celebration. That's what I'm thinking. Now, for Global, it's hard to say. A lot of people have been kicking out. I do feel like it's more like they're it's like people aren't really expecting TANABATA to be next for Global. I think it's kind of just like their hands clasped together in prayer. Please, please let it be the TANABATA LR. Because I don't know if Global doesn't drop the TANABATA LR, where is it coming out? I don't know. It does seem like a DOKKANFEST LR is kind of something that they probably shouldn't just have, randomly just kind of hanging out in limbo, but that's where it would be if it doesn't show up next. I mean, I think it's probably much more likely Global just gets Dokkan Fest Frieza in this time slot. Probably Part 2 LR Ginyu. But again, that would still then Global goes on their anniversary. They leave anniversary, probably get Topo. But then that still leaves, this Dokkan Fest tonight. It would leave whatever Part 2 LR is coming in June for JP. And the Tanabata stuff would still be not on Global. And that's, I think, the way I'm thinking it. Now, if Tanabata's next for Global, that'll be good, because that should mean that a Dokkan Fest LR and a Carnival LR will not be in, again, limbo for Global. The way I would figure... Yeah, dude, I hate the way this looks. I gotta, like... I want my calendar bigger, dude. This was a huge portion of my video. Bro, the new PC. Look how small the calendar... Bro, I gotta be able to make this bigger, man. This is crazy. I can't even make a point with this, dude. Look at this shit. It's probably because of my Zoom, but whatever. So, I mean, I would imagine that, like, the Dokkan Fest for Global, again, it's going to be somewhere like, the 30th, 31st, 1st, somewhere in this range. Potentially could be, again, we'll say it's the Tanabata Dokkan Fest LR. Then they could easily get a Carnival LR, between, like, the 14th to 20th. And then there could still be several weeks until Global is going to get the anniversary stuff, which is like the 7th or 8th or something like that. So Global could still have plenty of time to fit that. Like, they really could go Dokkan Fest LR, Carnival LR, and then we go into the anniversary stuff. I think it would totally mesh well if they did do that. Probably is a better idea for them to do that, by the way. Just drop the Tanabata stuff. That way, if it's like, just some crap, like, I don't know, Dokkan Fest Lord Slug shows up here on the JP time slot, and it's kind of in limbo for Global. There's going to be some diehard fans who are like, oh my god, I've been waiting for Slug, but most people are going to say, don't care, is what's going to happen with, like, a Lord Slug. And it's going to be a lot easier if the characters in limbo on Global are like Lord Slug, compared to, I don't know, like, what if the Dokkan Fest Tanabata LR is like a base Goku and Vegeta that fused in a blue Gogeta or something like that, right? Like, that would suck to have that just kind of, like, hanging in limbo for Global. So, the other possibility with this guy, by the way, is I suppose this guy could be the Part 2 time slot as well for this. Because the burst mode, the UI Goku burst mode that came with Goku Black and the Kefla Yusei and stuff like that, kind of like the time frame of that, based on, other burst ones, stuff like that, could place it for right around this celebration. So I would not be uber shocked if this guy was just kind of like a weird release, even on JP. We'll see what's going to happen. A couple of picks I had for some characters we potentially could see as a Dokkan Fest tonight. Super Baby 2 has never gotten a Dokkan Fest. I mean, there's so many things they could do with Baby. Baby could get a couple of different characters. Baby would buff so many of these villain teams. He's a Big Bad Boss's character. He's a Space Traveling Warrior character. He's a Terrifying Conqueror character. Baby would be fantastic. I think Lord Slug as well. Again, I really would appreciate it if Dokkan would respect the Dokkan Fest exclusive characters that they release. This year, so far, there's one disrespected Dokkan Fest exclusive, and it's First Form Frieza. First Form Frieza, in order to be good, needs specifically Terrifying Conqueror characters. So, call me a little bit biased, I guess, towards me wanting that First Form Frieza to be treated well, but I would like to see a powerful Terrifying Conqueror Dokkan Fest exclusive character. Preferably a mega slot 1 character as well. Like Vegeta or Topo. Defensive slot 1 potential. Really would help Frieza. I think Demon King Piccolo, by the way, these characters here, Baby, Slug, Demon King Piccolo, none of them have Dokkan Fest. I know people could say, oh, but Demon King Piccolo needs like a Dokkan Fest LR and stuff like that. Like, sure, I would be totally down with that. But in truth, Demon King Piccolo needs a Dokkan Fest even more than like an L. Like, Kid Buu needs an LR, not a Dokkan Fest. Demon King Piccolo needs a Dokkan Fest, not an LR, right? It's the same thing with Baby. Baby needs a Dokkan Fest, not an LR. Although, I mean, I would not be upset if, like, Baby was, like, Part 2 LR or something like that. Like, that, it still would be a good character to have. So there's that. I do think eventually, like, Krillin and Tien, they're going to get Dokkan Fest, right? Mr. Satan as well. We have seen several of these characters slowly get them throughout the years. Yamcha got his Dokkan Fest. Vidal's got a Dokkan Fest. Bulma, Krillin, Tien, Master Roshi, like, Mr. Satan, a lot of these Earthling characters, they are, slowly going to start getting Dokkan Fest here and there. So I would not be shocked if we saw Krillin get a Dokkan Fest. I think that would be very cool. And then Frieza, I think, has several possibilities. I really think they easily could do like a second, third, or final form Dokkan Fest from Namek. I think that would be pretty cool. I mean, they maybe could. I mean, I don't know about Super Saiyan Goku being a Part 2 LR, but I mean, sure, whatever. I mean, I don't know, I'm just kind of spitballing here. But I think Golden Frieza could be an interesting Dokkan Fest as well. His LR is still reasonable. Like, they could, well, I was going to say, they could give us like a, well, could you imagine we get a Dokkan Fest Final Form Frieza, but it's actually the one that, from Resurrection F, that transforms into Golden Frieza? We could see that. I do think so. I think that they could give Golden Frieza a Dokkan Fest, because regular Resurrection F Golden Frieza, I mean, he only ever had the one Dokkan Fest, the tech one, right? Because this one, the transforming Frieza, is kind of like a weird combo of like the Universe's Rival Saga, Resurrection F, like all Namek Saga stuff. It's weird, right? So maybe Golden Frieza or one of the Namek Friezas, I think. And then another one that I think could be very fun, I think this could be good, is if Gohan, I think that this could be Tanabata as well, but this Super Saiyan 2 Gohan right here needs a Dokkan Fest. This Gohan has never gotten a Dokkan Fest. The BoJack movie one and Goku's Gi, this would be an awesome Dokkan Fest. I think a new Earthbred fighter leader would be fantastic. And then BoJack. I think BoJack could get like a Part 2 LR. They could do this. They could drop Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan 2 Gohan from the BoJack movie, EZA BoJack, and then they drop an LR Full Power BoJack. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Huh? Then all of a sudden we have two major Terrifying Conqueror characters to help Frieza, and their Space Traveling Warrior too, so they'd be on Frieza's team. That would be awesome, I think. Dokkan Fest, BoJack movie Gohan into Part 2 LR BoJack with the BoJack STR EZA. Mwah! Dude, you guys know how sick BoJack is going to be? You know how, with the way you know how monstrous this guy is going to be? Like, he's going to be guarding with damage reduction. BoJack is going to be freaking silly, man. It's going to be awesome. So that's some characters that I'm expecting to see. So let me know what you guys think we're going to see happen on Global NJP. Little bit of a mystery. I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. Again, my best guess is that Physical Goku Black is going to be the Dokkan Fest at the end of July. I would probably just go with the safe bet and think that, like, First Form Frieza's coming to Global next. Although the Tanabata LR, I think coming to Global now would be the best. I think that would be, like, smart in terms of planning for the sync, would be the Tanabata LR right now. That's one reason people are saying it, is because that would be the smart decision by Dokkan if they wanted to be smart about the sync. So I totally get that. That doesn't make a lot of sense. And yeah, it does make a lot of sense. And then, of course, there's also what JP Dokkan Fest we're going to get. So let me know which scenario you guys would like to play out, what you'd like to see. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I'll catch y'all next time.